develop at birth, making them capable of causing hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn. Take note, JKA is detectable as early as 11 weeks of gestation, while si JKB naman natin, it appears at 7 weeks of gestation. This early expression means that maternal KID antibodies, they could cause fetal hemolysis if the fetus inherits the corresponding antigen from the father. Now, for the antigen density and detection, KID antigens are moderately expressed on RBCs, with JKA positive B negative RBCs carrying approximately 14,000 antigen sites per cell. Their detection laboratory testing can be enhanced using enzymes like papain and fisin, which remove other interfering proteins and make KID antigens more accessible for antibody binding. Unlike some other blood group antigens like in the Duffy system, KID antigens are enzyme resistant, meaning they are not destroyed by proteolytic enzymes. For cellular expression, KID antigens are exclusive to RBCs. They are not found on platelets, lymphocytes, monocytes, or granulocytes. Their presence on RBCs and their role in urea transport contribute to cell volume homeostasis, though this function has limited clinical implications outside of transfusion medicine. Now, your JK3 antigen. It is considered as a high prevalence antigen and present on any RBCs expressing JKA or JKB. Absent in JKA negative B negative individuals who can produce anti-JK3. Now, for the JKA negative B negative phenotype, also known as the KID-null phenotype, it is rare but clinically significant blood group variant. Individuals with this phenotype lack both JKA and JKB antigens, making them unable to form the JK3 antigen, which is present on all JKA positive and JKB positive RBCs. Take note, this phenotype is most commonly found in specific ethnic groups, like yung Polynesians, Filipinos, Indonesians, and Chinese. They have higher prevalence due to inherited genetic factors. However, some European families and Mato Grosso Indians are documented but rare po siya. The rarity of JKA negative B negative individual possesses a significant challenge in transfusion medicine when they develop anti-JK3 antibodies as compatible blood donors are extremely limited. For laboratory identification, one of the hallmark tests for identifying JKA negative B negative RBCs is the 2-molar urea lysis test. KID antigens function as a part of a urea transport protein, facilitating urea movement across the RBC membrane. JKA negative B negative RBCs lack this transporter, making them resistant to hemolysis in 2M urea, while normal RBCs lies within 30 minutes. This test is useful in confirming the KID-null phenotype when serologic typing is inconclusive. For clinical implications, no major clinical abnormalities are associated with this phenotype. However, some individuals may show mild defects in urine concentration, a condition known as partial distal renal tubular acidosis. However, this has no significant health consequences in most cases. Now, let us discuss the KID antibodies. Anti-JKA and anti-JKB are notorious among blood bank professionals due to their elusive nature. Unlike some other clinically significant antibodies, KID antibodies can disappear from circulation and then reappear after transfusion. Wait, may nag-pop dito sa Google Meet. You want to stay in the call? Yes, stay in the call. Now, moving on. Sabi nga kanina, unlike some other clinically significant antibodies, KID antibodies can disappear, mga ghoster po sila, from circulation and then reappear after transfusion, leading to unexpected delayed hemolytic transfusion reactions. Why are KID antibodies so problematic? First, they are weak and transient. KID antibodies are often present at low titers, making them difficult to detect during pre-transfusion testing. Also, they exhibit dosage effect. These antibodies react more strongly with homozygous but may show weak or negative reactions with heterozygous cells, leading to false negative results. Also, these antibodies, they have a strong association with delayed hemolytic transfusion reactions. A patient who tests negative for KID antibodies before transfusion may still experience hemolysis days later as the antibodies reappear upon antigen. Once you enter case study sa exam natin, tignan nyo una kung anong type ng reaction or hemolytic transfusion reaction yung kinokos niya. Kapag delayed, i-associate nyo na sa ang antibody po siya. Pag immediate, hanapin nyo na rin anong antibody siya. Ganun po kayo sumagot ng mga case study type of questions. Now, next, for the detection challenges in blood bank, KID antibodies often go undetected due to low antibody titers, sometimes below the threshold for routine antibody screening. Also, pwede po silang mag-combine with other antibodies, complicating the identification, and may capability po sila to evade detection, leading to leading to transfusion reactions even when pre-transfusion tests are negative. For enhancing KID antibody detection, because of their tendency to disappear in routine testing, specialized techniques are used to increase sensitivity. First, yung LISS natin or CPEG. This enhancing media enhances IgG binding, improving detection. Also, pwede nating i-increase yung serum to cell ratio. 4 drops po yung gamitin natin instead of 2. It provides more antibodies per reaction, increasing the chances of detection. We could also perform enzyme pretreatment using your papain and ficin. This enhances KID antigen expression, making antibody reaction stronger. Also, we could consider yung complement binding properties nila. Since the KID antibodies, they often fix complement, meaning they can react best with polyspecific antiglobulin reagents containing yung anti-IgG and anti-C3 natin. KID antibodies in clinical practice, since anti-JKA and anti-JKB decline rapidly in vivo, it is critical to review previous transfusion records when investigating unexplained hemolysis. Patients with a history of anti-JKA or anti-JKB should always receive antigen-negative blood even if current testing does not detect the antibody. Now, si anti-JK3 natin, it is a rare but clinically significant antibody. Anti-JK3 is a unique antibody found exclusively in individuals with a JK A negative B negative phenotype, meaning their RBCs completely lack JKA, JKB, and JK3 antigens. This antibody reacts with all KID positive RBCs, making it highly significant in clinical setting. Key characteristics of anti-JK3, it is indistinguishable from a combination of anti-JKA and anti-JKB. Because JK3 is present whenever JKA or JKB is expressed, anti-JK3 appears to react with all KID positive RBCs, mimicking the presence of both anti-JKA and anti-JKB. Also, serologic testing alone cannot differentiate anti-JK3 from multiple KID antibodies, requiring antigen typing of the patient RBCs to confirm a JKA negative B negative phenotype. Also, it is highly clinically significant since it could cause severe, immediate, or delayed hemolytic transfusion reactions if transfused with KID positive blood. It is associated with both intravascular and